We have new tag team champions, the Judgment Day. And the storyline between Jay and Jimmy is getting good, yo, and I'm all here for it. I've literally been wanting this match for years now. The show started off with Sami Zayn coming down to the ring. He hops on the mic and says my tag team partner has moved on to SmackDown. Also says he's upset but excited to show the world that Sami Zayn is World Heavyweight Championship material. Then as Sami is thanking the fans, the Judgment Day starts making their way to the ring. But yo, can they go a single week without interrupting someone? At this point, I feel like I'm about to get interrupted. Finn says, looks like Sami's all alone. Rhea says Finn and Priest are gonna bring back the tag team championships to the Judgment Day. Then she tells Sami that the Judgment Day is gonna get rid of him permanently. As the Judgment Day surround the ring like the Shield, Jey Uso comes out with chairs. The Judgment Day start dipping out. Then as Sami and Jey are standing there, Sami just dips out and leaves. Backstage with Sami, Jey walks up. Sami says it shouldn't have been you out there helping me. It should have been Kevin, but he's not here because of you. Jey says I didn't know you felt like that because you still had me. Jey walks off. Sami runs up to catch up to Jey. Then Sami says forget about everything I just said. Are we good? Jey waits a second and then hugs Sami. Then we get to Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a Falls Count Anywhere match. At the start of the match, Ricochet started doing his flip shit, lands on Shinsuke. Then Ricochet and Shinsuke end up backstage. Ricochet starts flipping over the ref. They end up back to the ramp. Then Ricochet starts flipping off the Titantron. Then does another flip. I'm starting to think all Ricochet can do is flip. Then after commercial, it cuts back to Ricochet standing on the rail. This motherfucker does a backflip on Shinsuke. If I gotta say flip one more time, I'm gonna go insane. We eventually get back ringside. Nakamura grabs a table and sets it up ringside. They eventually both get into the ring. Nakamura hits a GTS. Then later on, Shinsuke kicked Ricochet off the top rope onto the table. Then Nakamura hit his finish and got the win. This match was nuts, yo. Ricochet can actually go off. Give this man a title shot. Then we're backstage with Chelsea Green and Tegan Nox. The only thing I got out of this was Nikki Cross is tweaking again, yo. Then we get Natalia versus Piper. Bro, when Natalia was making her way to the ring, little Timmy hugged her. And then little bro got himself a handful. Later on in the match, when Natalia gets flattened by Piper, Piper gets the win. After the match, Piper and Green goes after Natalia. Nox comes down to the ring to save her. Seth Rollins starts making his way to the ring with the weirdest glasses I've ever seen in my life. He hops on the mic and asks Drew McIntyre to come down to the ring. Drew does. Seth shows everyone the backstage video from last week. In the background, it shows Drew McIntyre and Rhea Ripley talking. Drew says don't worry about what we was talking about. Seth says dealing with the Judgment Day is a road you don't want to go down. Then goes on to tell Drew to get over the bloodline. While the fans start singing Seth's song, Drew says I have a catchy theme song too I could bring back, but I don't need that. I need it! Seth tells Drew he's gonna beat him at Crown Jewel, and this time in a long time, you'll have no one to blame but yourself. Then we get this dude versus Johnny. Soon as the match starts, Johnny starts going off. Eventually, this dude hits a kick, then hits his finish, and gets the win. We go backstage with Becky Lynch, and I don't know who this is. She says she wants a title shot since she never lost it. Becky says she's going to go to Adam and make it official. Then as Becky's walking off, she comes face to face with Rhea. Then we're backstage with Drew and Sami. It eventually leads to Sami telling Drew meet him out in the ring next week. Then Rhea Ripley comes down to the ring, gets on the mic and says this is her division. Then Shayna Baszler comes out. We get Rhea Ripley versus Baszler. Later on during the match, Nia Jax starts making her way to the ring. And out of nowhere, Rodriguez, she starts attacking Nia. Then she gets knocked down. Then Zoe flips onto Nia. All hell starts breaking loose. Backstage with Becky and Adam, he makes the match official from earlier. Then while Becky is standing there, Jade walks up and Becky tells her to get in line and walks off. Then we get Gunther versus Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship. Eventually we got a suplex off the top rope. Then Gunther hit a powerbomb on Reed and retains the Intercontinental Championship. Reed's chest looked like raw hamburger meat. Yo, Big E, How would you describe that match?
Big meaty man slapping meat.
Backstage with The Miz. The Miz says the show should have started with me, not Sami crying over Kevin Owens. Then as The Miz is talking, Nia walks up.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Takes the mic. She says she squashes everybody and walks off. The Miz looked like he just witnessed a murder. Cuts backstage with Adam and Rhea. Adam says, I'm tired of you telling me what to do, and tells Rhea she's going to defend the championship in a fatal 5-way match against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Starks, and Rodriguez at Crown Jewel. Rhea goes crazy for a second and then says fine, and then walks off. Jinder Mahal walks up and tells Adam he wants to talk. Backstage again with Otis and Gable. Also, Tozawa is there getting jiggy, or getting his gains in, no clue. Gable says they got their eyes on the tag team championships. The New Day shows up and it eventually leads to a hip-off. Then Gable says next week for the first time Alpha Academy versus the New Day. We'll see who has the best hips. We get the Judgment Day versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso for the tag team championships. A good bit into the match, Cody gets a hot tag and starts going off. Dom comes down to the ring and tries to distract Cody, but it doesn't work. Then Cody hits a crossroads, goes for a pin, but Dom's there to put Priest's foot on the rope. Cody starts chasing Dom around the ring just for Finn to be there waiting for him. Then later on, Cody and Jay hits their finish. Cody didn't break his neck this time. Finn kicked out of it. Then while Dom's on the apron, Sami comes out, takes Dom out. Then Priest takes Sami out just for Cody to take Priest out. Then when Priest got up to his feet, he kicks Cody in the nuts. Then Priest does this to Cody onto the announcer's table. Cody's out. Jay gets back into the ring, spears Finn, then spears Priest. Then when Jay's about to go to the top rope, Jimmy kicks Jay and pushes him back into the ring, then Finn hits his finish and gets the win. We have new tag team champions. Raw tonight actually had some good matches. Triple H has been cooking recently. And Jimmy kicking Jay, I've been waiting on them to have a match. We're most likely going to get it at Survivor Series or the Rumble. Even though I'd like to see it at WrestleMania, I don't think WWE would wait that long.